Well, now to the identical twins who've astounded the medical world. Byron and Lincoln Ryman have been described as miracle babies. Not only did they survive a very difficult pregnancy, one was born 3 times bigger than his brother.
We were pretty much told that we may have one, but we probably won't have 2.
I thought we were in a lot of trouble here. The doctors at that point only gave him about a 30% chance of surviving.
So, yeah, I'm really proud of them.
They're the boys who captured hearts around the world. Identical twins, Byron and Lincoln Ryman. Their parents, Todd and Nicole, fought for them long before their birth. Let's talk about how these boys came into the world, because you really wanted these little boys, didn't you? I mean, you did IVF, you were really trying to have kids.
We tried for about 2 years, unsuccessfully. And then first attempt with IVF, we had 1 egg implanted and, yeah, twins came out, identical twins came out.
You would have had early ultrasounds, I guess, and was it the case that one of them looked smaller and...
Nick was a bit sick one morning, so we actually went to the hospital just to have it checked out, and they did an ultrasound at the 15-week mark where they found the twins were very different sizes.
In a healthy pregnancy, the blood flow is evenly balanced between both twins. But in Lincoln and Byron's case, there was an imbalance, causing Lincoln to grow at a dangerously slow rate and creating a life-threatening scenario for both boys. Dr. Danny Chalice performed laser surgery in the womb to separate the blood vessels.
When we got to 29 weeks, he'd stopped growing and he looked like he was very sick. So the parents had to make a really tough decision about whether to deliver them both or to leave things be. And they made the very brave and tough decision to deliver both the babies, and they made the right decision.
We were pretty much told that we may have 1, but we probably won't have 2.
They didn't give Lincoln much hope.
We just had to hope for the best. Yeah, we were actually given the option to terminate Lincoln in the beginning. But thank God we didn't, because yeah, that would have given Byron like hope as well in the beginning. But yeah, we just didn't see that as an option. I wanted 2 babies, not 1. So.
That would have been a gut-wrenching decision to have had to make, I think, at the time.
Yeah, we didn't even...
I don't think we even thought about it. We just said straight away that we didn't want to do that. And it was just given to us as an option. But, yeah, it was something I don't think either of us really considered doing. We just couldn't do it.
At 29 weeks, when your birth was induced, what was your state of mind after all of this upheaval and this trauma?
I didn't really connect with Lincoln because I was afraid that I was going to lose him. I didn't want to get too attached. When I knew Lincoln was safe, then I felt like I could bond with him, but before that I felt like I couldn't even bond with him because I was going to lose him.
What was that moment when you felt like you could bond with him? What made you think that he was beyond the point where you wouldn't lose him?
I think when I first had the first cuddle, yeah, just putting him close to me, I thought, okay, this is it and we're safe now.
That photograph that went around the world is just one of the all-time great photographs, I think.
Amazing.
How big were they both? Can you show me with your hand?
Well, Lincoln was the size of my hand, so yeah, he was tiny, and Byron was 3 times bigger than that.
Goodness! And just look at them now. You are jiu-jitsu champions. Hey, high five. At 4 years old, Byron and Lincoln have defied the odds and are headed off to school tomorrow. Mum and Dad couldn't be more thrilled. Can you quite believe it?
No. I honestly thought that, you know, we'd have 2 boys with quite a lot of medical issues, but they're actually 2 fairly normal boys. So, yeah, I'm really proud of them.
It's been a roller coaster, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's been a long 5 years for us to sort of get to this point.
Baby Byron was well enough to leave hospital after 2 months. Then, 3 months later, Lincoln finally made it home. But his health issues were far from over, suffering liver and kidney problems. He needed urgent surgery, but doctors couldn't operate because he was so underweight. Lincoln spent the first 2 years of his life feeding through a stomach tube.
Can you tell me, what's that little mark there?
I'm shaping my throat.
After he was 2, we were sort of getting quite frustrated with that, and then we actually saw on a current affair another little girl who was going through the same things, and there was a clinic in Austria that would actually wean the children off the tube.
Getting Lucia to the only place in the world that treats children like her in Austria.
We rang the clinic in Austria, and luckily for us they'd had a cancellation just a few days before, so we were able to get in almost straight away.
What was it like that first moment when you saw Lincoln eat?
We were at a restaurant in Austria which overlooked the hills. It was actually a really beautiful setting, and you just have to put food in front of them, so we ordered him, you know, some fettuccine with gorgonzola sauce. It was the only thing that we thought, you know, he might possibly touch. And then all of a sudden he just started, you know, picking one strand up and started eating it. And, you know, both of us were ecstatic, but we weren't allowed to react because they tell you not to make a fuss.
Yeah, so I think we got fairly tipsy that day. Just kept ordering beers in.
Because you couldn't leave until he stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking so smart. Do you want to put your shorts on?
Nicole, I think most mums dread that moment when they send their little ones off through the school gate and they have to let go. Will it be more of a celebration for you because of the tough journey you've had with them, do you think?
That first day will be a really special moment.
Oh, look at you.
Just seeing them dressed up in their little uniform and trotting off together.
Who's going to be your best friend at school?
Byron.
You can count on me.
Parents always teach their kids things, and that's part of being a parent, but lots of parents say that they learn from their children. What do you think you've learned from your boys?
To be patient, especially from Lincoln. He's been amazing when he's been in hospital. You know, he's always been happy.
'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do.
Also, just to enjoy life is probably the biggest thing that we've learnt from them.
And we're blessed. Well, we're lucky to have them, like really lucky to have them.
You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
Oh, wonderful story. I love doing that story, and they're a great family. We'll let you know how their first day of school goes tomorrow night.